All right. Happy Wednesday, everybody. We are halfway through our Trading Day Wednesday. And if you know me, if you know this show, you know that I like to call Wednesday Hump Day. Ever since we got that commercial a couple years ago with the camel walking around asking everybody what day it is. And the answer is Hump Day. The camel has humps. I thought it was a creative commercial. So. So if you've seen this show before, you know that I like to call every single Wednesday hump day. If you work with me, you're sick of hearing that. But regardless, here we are here on our Wednesday on our hump day. Um, we're having a rough week here, guys. I'm just gonna throw us a little zoom in and talk a little bit of news as we wait for folks to trickle into the show today. Uh, but I mean, here's let's see. So this chart that I've got up on the screen now, and if you're in the chat, throw me a confirm that you can in fact see my screen, um, because I do want to. It's the first time I'm using a new software, so I want to make sure that it works and that I'm sharing my screen properly. Um, but again, all right, I didn't have it open. Now I've got the stream open. Cool. All right, seen it? Yes, you can see it. All right, cool. Thanks everybody. Look at that. My first day using the new software. Now it's not just Jason who knows it, but check this out. So I've got the S&P 500 chart here up on my Benzinga Pro. And guys, if you want to be hooked up with Benzinga Pro, it's a tool that I use every day. Shoot me a note. My email really easy. Luke@benzinga.com. Shoot me an email, and I will make sure that you get hooked up. And you can at least try it out, follow along, and that sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, check out this candle, right? We opened the day, or I guess we got to a high at least of about where we finished yesterday, and now we're reapproaching some lows. Throw on the 2-day chart, getting a little bit of a bounce, but not a whole ton. I got a request in the chat to throw up Apple. I saw that one earlier, was not pretty. Yeah, take a look at that Apple chart. Okay, and we got a good question. This is coming up from Lon Pro in the chat. Apple, they're reporting tomorrow after the close. Let's go take a look at what the estimates are on that. Okay, EPS of 71 cents. That seems off. They did 283 last quarter. All right, so we got to double check that number. I mean, that could be right. I mean, it could be a COVID mix. And then we've got, let's see, they're expecting revenue of $64 billion. That's the analyst expecting that, versus $63 billion in the same quarter last year. So pretty much flat on a year-over-year basis. Question in the chat is whether or not Apple is going to beat tomorrow. So throw your answers in there. I mean, let's pull up Microsoft as an example, right? So I'm going to look at Microsoft's earnings, which came out yesterday, and the numbers looked really good. So check this out. Microsoft reported EPS of $1.82. The estimate was $1.54, so a nice strong beat on EPS. Revenue that came in at $37 billion versus $35 billion estimate. But the stock's getting creamed today, along with the rest of the market. And I think you can blame part of Microsoft being down today on the market, but not all of it, because even after hours yesterday, the thing was flat to slightly down. A bit of rotation out of tech. I think sort of some trumped up earnings. I mean, if we look at Microsoft over the past year, this is a 1-year chart I've got up. I mean, the stock went from 143 bucks to, even after today's $8 sell off, it's still at 205. So the thing was definitely run up. And I want to reiterate my point on earnings reports, which is that they do still matter, right? We are news hounds here at Benzinga. News is our main business. It's all that we do. I mean, I've been following news here for about 8 years or so, living, breathing it. And earnings reports do matter, right? You get days like today, weeks like this week, where you've got the whole market getting hammered. And obviously, of course, stocks move with the market. But when you get that individual name news, I mean, it still matters. It still absolutely has an impact. So, um, you know, we're in the middle of earnings season. We've got a ton more reports coming out, and they do matter, right? So don't throw those away. The earnings reports will move the stocks. Um, Alrighty. The other check that I'm going to do is I'm going to throw up our coronavirus cases check. I think this is going to be a daily part of what we're doing here for at least the next little while, because we are on a global rip of new cases. Check this out. So U.S. We were at 74,000 new cases yesterday. I think that's the third most of all time. And then Europe getting hammered as well. So. I'm watching. Why don't I get England? Oh, it's UK. Nope. U.K. All right. I don't get the England cases here, but London is going on a lockdown as of tomorrow. We've got Germany going into lockdown next week. We've got France on lockdown watch. We've got Italy on lockdown watch. So there is absolutely going to be some COVID sensitivity, right? But here's my expectation. In sort of our take from Benzinga on the reclosing, whether it happens in the States or not, but at least it is happening right now in Europe, is that it will matter, right? When we closed down initially, we rocketed right back up. And I think the expectation was from a lot of people that, hey, this is such a temporary thing. It's not going to have a lasting impact. We're seeing the second lockdown where it's going to matter, is our perspective. And stocks are going to react to it, because we're now going to be in a prolonged period where sales by these companies are affected. So I think COVID stocks still back into play. In anything sensitive to lockdown, make sure to check it out. But alrighty, now that we're up and running, we've got some people flowing into the chat. I'm going to go ahead and throw up this pretty little banner that we have. As it's time for our disaster of the day. This is the stock that we're looking at every day that is sort of a train wreck. The one that I have to throw up today, I've got no choice on it. It pains me to do it, because I know a lot of you in the chat are in the stock. I saw the ticker flying throughout the course of this week. The stock was at 52-week highs. Does anybody knows what it is? All right, it's BBBY. All right, Bed Bath and Beyond. The thing is getting hammered today, down 11.5%. I mean, that's a big move for a decent sized stock like this. In the news behind it, we'll get into that in a second. But again, I've got the 1 year chart up here to take a look at the run this thing has had. I think a lot of folks piled into this when they saw the 52-week highs happening. They held up around there for a little while, but news out today hits the stock. So I'll give you a recap of what happened. On the positive side of things, company announced a $675 billion stock buyback. That is pretty massive. We're looking at a stock that has a market cap of 1.8 billion. They're buying back $675 million of stock, 250 million of that on an accelerated basis. So that is a good thing. That pushes our EPS up. Another positive, they're looking to double EBITDA by 2023. If they can do that, I mean, that is good for the name. They're trying to take it from 500 million to $1 billion of EBITDA over the course of the next 3 years. Here are the two things that hit it. They do not expect much revenue growth. Of course, any company, if revenue's not growing, it's a problem, right? They can work on margins, right? And their press release that they put out, sort of going through this guidance that they have today, talked about a lot of initiatives that they have on working on margins. That's where we're seeing the EBITDA growth from, the doubling of EBITDA, which is obviously a good thing. But the company does not really expect revenue to grow. They said 2023 they expect revenue growth in the low single digits. So what is that? It's 1, 2, 3, 4% revenue, etc. So that's the story there on Bed Bath & Beyond. But what I think is more telling, and this is digging into the press release a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and open that up for us. And again, why I'm labeling this stock today our disaster of the day is how the press release read. I think I want the other one. Let me see. Yep, they had 2 press releases out this morning. All right, here's the other one that we want. The press release read like they're in trouble and they're going back to the drawing board, right? I'll pull out a couple sections for you. So they talk about they're thinking about their customers differently. They talk about thinking about their products differently. They talk about thinking about their stores and their e-commerce channels differently, et cetera. And so here's why I think this is problematic for the stock. And where I'm coming from with this is that I'm the one who has to do our investor letters here at Benzinga, do our board presentations here at Benzinga, et cetera. And whenever we're in periods of time where we have to be like, hey, we're sort of back to the drawing board on this, but you should look at it positively for these reasons. Our board doesn't hear it that way, the same way that I'm trying to say it, right? They hear it as whatever the heck you guys are doing is not working. And now you're back to the drawing board because you need to figure out something that does work. And that's exactly how the Bed Bath & Beyond press release read is. Hey, I'm trying to present this news as an exciting new thing. We're thinking about our customers differently, our stores differently, our e-commerce differently, et cetera. But the way that I read it is somebody who's gone through a ton of these releases, and again, I'm in the position of having to do this from the Benzinga side of things and be the person putting out those communications. It read like what they're currently doing isn't working, which is why they've got to go back to thinking about those. So I think you got the combination of the stock ripping here at all-time highs. Then they come out, they say they don't expect a ton of revenue growth. They recategorize how they're thinking about things. That's the story there. That's the disaster of the day there. All right, looking over to the chat. Let's see. I got a question down on Rocket RKT. Let's take a look at this one here. Down a little bit. So I'll give you guys my Rocket trade. I bought some shares at right over 18 on IPO day. Held on to them until about 25 or so. It started exiting out during this rip higher. Taking it out, loaded back up around $20 or so. So down a little bit on the stock. Still hanging in there with it. All righty. Let's see what we got next. Root is another stock that we've got in the chat. I don't even know what this company is. So let me go ahead and take a look at this one. Root here. A public offering. All right, I've got just the person to talk about Root on the stream right now. I'm going to add him in. His name is Spencer Israel. You guys might know him from our previous discussion.
Am I here? Can you hear me or no?
I can hear you.
Okay. I've been having microphone issues today, so I just want to be sure that you can hear me. If you can.
You had an echo when you first came on, but I think it's gone. If you guys still hear an echo, definitely let us know.
Okay. Yeah, let me know because I've been having some mic issues, so I can get my levels fixed if that's a thing. But if you hear me fine, then great. Then no problems. Okay. You're asking me about Root, man?
Yeah, that's a stock in the chat. It's a new issue today.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this IPO. I don't know why you would think.
What do you mean? So the reason why I thought Spencer would know this is because he's our pre-market guy. Getting us prepared for the day.
Right.
All right, I've got the description up here on the screen.
Right. So,
all right. Consumer personal automobile insurance mobile technology company. All right, I've got a take on this now.
I had something about IPOs. It's not about Root. It's about IPOs in general. And I wanted to hit on this because you were just talking about Rocket. We've had several guests on our show that have done research around IPOs, and what the research has concluded is that in the vast majority of cases, IPOs will almost always undercut their IPO price. So they might spike on the day of or the week of, but they almost always eventually come down below the opening price, maybe even below the IPO price. So what I'm saying is, if there's an IPO out and you think it's a great investment, you should probably wait. You can either buy it and close your eyes and not look at it, and that's fine, Or if you want to get the best possible price, it may be worth it to wait, because most of these things, and if you look at any IPO, look at Facebook, right? Facebook spent some time under its IPO price in 2012. Most stocks spend time under their IPO price. Some of that comes in 6 months when the lockup expires and the insiders are allowed to sell. But for one reason or another, that's just the way it happens. So my point is, if you're buying Root today, great. If you're bullish, great. But know that in most cases, IPOs will come down below their IPO price, and that's from research that's been done from guests that we've had on our morning show. That's what I want to say about Root. It's about IPOs in general, but that's
all right. No. That's a good one. And check this out too. All right. So just really quickly for anybody who doesn't know, I'm going to explain the IPO process. So basically, the way that it works is a company wants to go public. They go to a bank, an investment bank, and they say, hey, go talk to investors on our behalf and figure out what they're willing to buy our shares for, right? And so the bank goes, they do that. There's a bidding process. They go back and forth with investors, and then the first price is established, which is the IPO price. So in this stock here, we got an IPO price at $27 a share. The next price that happens is the price at which the stock actually starts trading when it goes live, right? So everybody who got in to the IPO before the stock actually started trading, they paid $27 a share. We never want to see the price that the stock actually starts trading at below the IPO price. I mean, that's a pretty effing bad indication. You want the demand on the market to be greater than what those investors were willing to pay for the IPO shares, and we didn't see that there. So I don't love that.
So hold on. So this sort of gets at like the IPO process and sort of the competing interests at play, right? From a secondary markets point of view, from like a regular retail investor point of view, seeing a stock pop, on its IPO day, seeing the IPO price at, let's say IPO price is 20, it opens at 30 or 40 and goes to 50. Like we like to see that, but the company, they hate to see that, because that's money that lay left on the table. So you're right, Luke, that it's typically not a good sign if the stock opens at or below its IPO price. Not a good sign from like a secondary market demand standpoint. But there's also the other side of the coin where it really means that the underwriters priced it well from the point of view of the insiders who have all the stock, right? So you have to think about the sort of competing interests, and just know that when you're buying an IPO, you are the last person in the door. Just know that going into it. Know that there are people that are there before you, and they may have to them, $26 in Root might be amazing, right? Because maybe they had some restricted units from years ago, right? So you just don't know. But Luke's right from a secondary market perspective. Seeing a stock open at or below and trade below its IPO price, that's never really a good sign in terms of what the demand is on Wall Street for a stock in the future.
All right, boom. There we go. We got a hot take from Spencer Israel's first time on our midday show. Give Spencer a like on the stream here. And the real reason why I brought Spencer on today, he doesn't know this yet, is because we're going to be doing a competition in about 4 or 5 minutes. We're doing a chat challenge. It's going to be an interesting one, and I wanted Spencer to be able to participate in the competition. I guess if he wins, we won't give him the prize. I don't think that he's going to win. But that's why I wanted him here. So again, in about 5 minutes, we're going to be doing that chat challenge. But before we hop to that, check this out, Spencer. This is something that's going to mind F you a little bit. You ready to be mind F'd? I don't know if I can say that.
Yeah, sure. I don't really know what I'm doing on this call right now. So yeah.
We've got 2 competing IPOs today. All right. So we had that one Root. Right, they're if I read that correctly, they were a direct-to-consumer, auto insurance company, right?
Okay.
And then check out this one, MAX, another IPO today. This one is one that I know really well. Oh, you can't hear me, Spencer? I can't hear Spencer Israel. All right. All right. Spencer's back on now. Okay. All right.
That was user error. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
This is my first time on StreamYard, man.
All right. Whatever. Just hold, hang out until the competition. Okay, you're gonna like the competition, and you're going up against the chat.
Okay.
But check this one out. This is the stock that or not a stock I know really well. It's a company that I know really well, which is now a stock as of today. It's called Media Alpha, and here's how I know this one. This is like an intimate take into the stock. Is their business is basically they work with publishers like Benzinga.com. We use them at Benzinga.com, and advertisers in order to bridge the gap, right? So basically what Media Alpha does is on the publisher side, they go out to benzinga.com and they say, hey, we're going to get really lucrative advertising deals for you guys. Start putting our links, our buttons, our ads on your site. And then they go over to the advertisers and they say, hey, we've got some really high quality sites. Do some ad spend through us, and we're going to be the middleman who connects you with the publishers, right? It's like a standard ad network model. And where Media Alpha specializes is on the insurance side of things. They do other work in mortgages and in some other industries, but insurance is where they're known. Within the publishing space, I mean, they're known as probably one of the best partners to work with to monetize any sort of insurance traffic. And we do some insurance content on benzinga.com. We use Media Alpha to help us monetize that. So this is one that I know really, really well. The value of the stock was about 17 times last year's sales. So price to sales ratio of 17 is what the IPO priced at. I mean, it's way above that now. So we had the IPO price at $19 a share, open for trade at 23, which is a nice strong open, and it's above that now. So the thing is expensive. I don't have an opinion on the stock yet, but as a company, I really, really like them, and they're a great partner of ours. So I think that's somewhere, Spencer, where we can do a little bit more digging and gives people sort of an inside scoop into this one.
Can I ask like an off-topic question here?
Yes.
How do I chat? I want to be in the chat too.
You go to youtube.com.
Oh, it's on YouTube. Okay, I'm trying to do it in StreamYard. All right, I got you.
So yeah, you go to youtube.com.
I got you. Okay.
You're gonna search Benzinga.
I got it.
Click into the stream, and then you'll be good to go.
All right, I'm good.
Cool.
So, wait, I want to know more about this contest that I'm in. I didn't realize I was in.
All right, now is the time, guys. We are clicking over to our chat challenge. The time is now. So if you're new to the stream, like Spencer is, each day we are doing a challenge for our chat. Everybody in the chat is a participant in this challenge. And Spencer, can you mute yourself? I'm getting a little bit of an echo.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So everybody's a participant in this. We are giving away a luxury, long sought after Benzinga T-shirt. This is a limited run. We only printed these once. I think we printed 500 of them in total. I don't even have one yet. I got to snag one. These awesome Benzinga Detroit T-shirts. And we're doing ours for today now. So yesterday we did chart of the day where we threw up a chart for everybody. If anybody could guess what the chart is, there's no name. All you see is the current price of the stock. You see the pattern of the chart. We got a winner on that one. It was Moderna. The challenge today is a little bit longer, right? It's no quick, in and out. It's going to have about a week to it. And so here's what the challenge is, and guys, be ready to throw your ideas in the chat. But the question is, what stock over $5 is going to have the best performance between now and next Wednesday? So we're going a day through the election. So we're going through Wednesday's close. So we're taking a full week on this, right? I want everybody's election play. I've thrown out some of my election plays before. Ver2 is one, with the thesis being there's going to be more volatility, there's going to be more volume surrounding the election. So that's my election play. We had one yesterday with the guest that we brought onto the show. His is short the dollar on stimulus hopes coming in. He was doing that with the ticker UUP. But the challenge for today is what stock is going to be the best performing stock between now and next Wednesday. So go ahead, throw your tickers into the chat. Spencer, throw us a name. I know that you did not have time to think about it. Nobody else competing has time to think about it. And while you're pitching it, I'm going to go ahead and type the question into the chat.
Okay, I had almost no time to think about this, and this is a pure earnings play. TDOC, Teladoc. They have earnings after the close today, and this is just a bet on the fact that the market may be underestimating the demand out there for telemedicine and virtual services in general, but telemedicine with regards to Teladoc. So the earnings reports tonight, like, it wouldn't shock me if your question was going out the next week. It wouldn't shock me if between, let's say, Thursday afternoon, tomorrow afternoon, and then a week from now, that Teladoc barely moves. But I think between today and tomorrow, you're going to get a big move higher in Teladoc. And I don't know what the expected move is. Let me see if I can find it real fast. I think the expected move, the implied volatility for Teladoc, it is over 9%. So, and that's based on what the options market is saying. So what I'm saying is, if you had a gun to my head and you say pick a stock that you think is going to beat on earnings and go higher, because that's no guarantee, as we saw today with UPS and Microsoft, I'm going stay-at-home play. I'm going TDOC.
All right, I like it, and I'm dropping these in to the spreadsheet now. We've got, all right, and Spencer, while I'm whipping up the spreadsheet, call out some of the tickers in the chat for us.
Well, do you wait?
Wait, who is that? Is that Jason Raznick?
It's Jason Raznick.
Welcome to the show.
He's here, and I have some surprise guests too.
Oh, really?
Here too.
Okay.
But I know, yes. But I know you mentioned a stock, so over $5 is what your number is?
So here's the chat challenge of the day. I'll recap it one more time. So again, the whole point of this show is to give us trade ideas, right? We're doing this every day because we want stocks to trade, we want things to look at. So give me your stock that is going to perform the best between now and close Wednesday. So we're going through the election. These are everybody in the chat's election plays, and I'm dropping them into a spreadsheet now, and we're going to look at these every single day. So every day for the next week, we're going to be re-ranking the sheet.
All right, I'm going to write VSTO.
All right, so we got Jason. All right, you give us the pitch.
VSTO, ammunition, guns. This debate, this election is going to be a little crazy. And I think that VSTO is going to get a lot more play as people are looking for, ways to take advantage of VSTO and of a little bit of upheaval in America during this election.
Okay.
That's my pitch.
All right, that's a decent one.
Okay.
And all right, I'll take a break from mine I'll take a break from filling out the sheet to pitch mine for a second. But mine, I'm putting it in. I'm locking it in now. Is going to be PLTR, Palantir. It's a stock that I already like. I pitched this one on Monday. I'm already in the name. I'm not getting political here. I'm just saying what my expectation is. My expectation is that we get a Joe Biden presidency. And I bet that there's going to be some thinking that there's more government contracts going around after that. So that's mine.
If everyone thinks of a Joe Biden presidency and then there isn't, I would think of what's the opposite play? What's the anomaly play? You know what I mean?
Yep. All right. Well, what would those be? There's some obvious ones, right? You got some of the gun stocks. So what else is out there?
More government contracts, more spending on roads, all that kind of stuff, Caterpillar, machinery, all that kind of, and Like I said, when we were on the show on Monday or Friday, I said I was trimming my positions in a bunch of things, from because I think I could buy at cheaper prices. I could be wrong, but I told you I was too leveraged, and I'm glad I was trimming because I'm looking at this market today, and we're selling off in a heavy way. I mean, look at some of these.
Yeah, it's a disaster.
I know, but that's
why we got to do something fun, like throw in this competition.
Yeah, but
that's why we need some more ideas.
All right, let's get some more ideas.
All right, you know what's sweet though, Jason? I'm typing these in now. I don't know if you can see my screen, but I'm already up to 20 people that we have participating in this thing, and I'm gonna give a final warning. All right, we're going to be checking in on this every day, so make sure you tune in every day. We're going to be re-ranking the winners every day. But if you want to be a part of it, you don't want to feel left out for the next week, throw your ticker in now.
And what does the winner get?
They get a limited edition, only 500 ever made Benzinga Detroit T-shirt. One-time run.
I also will throw in an Amazon gift card of I don't know how much money.
$100 Amazon card.
Amazon gift card to the winner, and a T-shirt. There you go. Okay, so put your picks in. Luke will categorize it, and hit the like button.
Wait, I have a quick question. Can I change mine to an ETF, or does it have to be?
We've got a couple ETFs in there, so go for it, Spencer.
Oh. Okay, I didn't actually have one. I just wanted to know.
You wanted to ask.
That was the worst question ever.
That was the worst.
Okay, wait, no, I'm changing it. Let me go.
All right, give it to us, Spencer. Come on now.
That was the disaster of the day. Spencer asked me that question.
ESPO. That's mine. The esports ETF. I'm long it. I've been long it. Based on what Sony said overnight with their earnings report, how amazing the PS5 pre-sales have been, based on what Microsoft said with their Xbox sales. Give me ESPL. Give me all the esports, all of them.
Wow. Okay.
All right. I feel more convicted in that than I did.
All right, and this has got to end eventually. So
right.
Guys,
you have enough in there.
You're cut off. All right, we got 26 people competing now,
and you got to check in daily on this. We're going to be live at 12:15 every day. And if you don't check into it, we may have to take you off the list. But winner gets $100, a limited edition Benzinga T-shirt, and maybe a secret stock pick. Like Warren Buffett gives a secret stock pick. Maybe, yeah. Now, I have one question for you guys. One of the couple of the listeners asked, in a market downturn, what can they do to hedge themselves? So
wait, Jason, I don't think anybody can see you.
Spencer Israel.
Change that.
Spencer Israel is a hedger. That's what I know him for. So my question is, Spencer, are there any ETFs that you would suggest as a hedge in a downturn?
There are inverse ETFs or other exchange traded products.
Or it doesn't have to be inverse, Spencer. I was actually going with even an ETF that's not inverse that you could short. So if you believe the market's going to fall, should you short that sports ETF? Or Luke, maybe you have one too, but I know, Spencer, you look at a lot of the ETFs. That's why I was asking.
Look, if I really wanted to capitalize on a bearish tilt, I would either buy puts on the SPY, or if I didn't want to do options, I would just short the SPY. But
boring.
Okay, if you want to
give me all right here.
If you want to get more creative, I would maybe do an inverse product. There are several inverse FANG products out there you could try. There are a bunch of inverse products from the other leveraged ETF providers, ProShares and Direction. I would maybe look at one of those. But again, those are all these products. Again, they're inverse to the market. So market goes down or market goes up, they go down. But I would only hold these things for a short amount of time. I wouldn't hold them for months on end.
Okay.
All right. Here's mine. It's not a ton sexier, but it's a little sexier at least, right? Is you got
your opinion, dude. That's your opinion.
Say?
That's your opinion. Spencer gives plenty of sexy picks, so I don't know. Let's hear what you have to say. I'll tell you which one I like better. Go ahead.
All right. So you got SPY today down 2.8%. You look at your tech names, right? You got Apple, it's down almost 3.5%. You got Microsoft is down almost 4%. So you want to be short the market. Tech is run up. Tech's been the hottest thing on the block all year. I'm shorting QQQ. That's the Nasdaq ETF, and I'm also doing IWM. That's a small cap ETF. Small caps never got out of trouble. They're going to keep getting hammered.
All right, that is barely sexier than the SPY.
I didn't say it was a ton sexier. I said it's a little sexier.
Are you kidding me? I said SPY. I get criticized. You said QQQ. Oh
well, at least I have a reason for it.
Okay. All I would say on that is if I would use any, and I do use any downturns to really think about, okay, what do I want to buy now? Because if you're someone like me and you have a longer time horizon, then every dip is a dip to be bought. I'm not saying I'm buying right now, but what I typically do is when the markets go down, I sort of go back, okay, is there anything that was on my list that I didn't get around to buying and that I maybe want to buy right now? So,
but IWM, I went to go short it just now. I was going to short like a lot, one lot or whatever. But instead of shorting the IWM, is there an actual ETF that is negative? So I don't have to short it, so I can buy it. Like I want the exact inverse. I want the inverse of the QQQ or IWM. All right,
so we're gonna do this. We're gonna do Russell 2000 inverse ETF. All right, I'm gonna put my screen back on.
Eric
so everybody
Taylor
can see this.
RXD.
There is Jason. There's a what's the ticker? There's the
I got it.
TN the TZA, right?
TWM.
TWM.
Tango Whiskey Michael. Look at that. Google coming to the rescue.
TZA can also do it, I think.
I mean, it should be on Benzinga. I want to see Benzinga Pro, and I want to see the community shine. Hey, guests, please be quiet for another minute. We have guests about to come on. But TWM, all right, so the Ultra, okay, I'm going to buy, what should I buy? 5,000 shares? What do you think, guys?
So you're doing 5,000 shares at $8 a share. That's 40 G's.
That's 40 G's. But if you say we're going to be down, like, are we gonna be down tomorrow too?
Wait, you were the one who said we were gonna be down.
You're right.
I was going for the best stock between now and next Wednesday, and you're the one who said we're gonna be down.
You just knocked the camera, girls. Like you just knocked the camera. Jeez, Louise. Can't even get. I'm buying TWM as a little bit of protection right now.
All right, there's the trade. I like it.
I'm not buying 5,000, but I'm buying enough. I think that I could feel it if it falls, and then I'll come sue you.
I'm taking the same route as Spencer in that I'm not going to proactively short the market. I'm sitting I've got about 10% cash right now, and if there continues to be a sell-off like there is now, I'm going to use it to load up. I'm already in Palantir. I added Box yesterday, so I've already got a nice handful of names that I like. And I've got no problem going more than 100% long, right? If the market's down 30%, I'm going to be 130% long. Interest rates are so cheap.
You're right, and that's what I told you guys a couple of days ago when I sold some and I sold I sold some Dunkins. I sold a bunch of stuff. I trimmed a bunch, and obviously you wish you trimmed more, but it's to guess the high and to guess the low is basically impossible. So I wanted a little load up and buy, but I don't know. It's hard to guess it, but I just wanted to trim so I can pounce when I'm ready. Like I even sold a little bit of SPH, guys, and I know that's one of my favorites, but I even sold a little bit of that, but I still own it in a big way. I didn't execute. I thought I executed on it, so I guess I didn't really sell much of it. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. Can I bring in the guest, or do you have anything extra you're doing?
Yeah, go for it. I was just gonna bring up the point that interest is so cheap right now, which is why I've got no problem being levered. Right? If I'm paying 1.5% a year, let's say to be 130% long, let's sit on that all day.
Yeah, but then why don't you buy some dividend stocks? Like, why don't you buy some security and safety instead of looking for these high flyers? What I get fearful of you guys, you and Spencer, being a little more risky is if the market does go from 26, let's say the Dow, which a Dow is not a relative example.
Yep.
Let's just say the Dow goes from 26,000 to 22,000. How much does it hurt you?
So here's my thing. We'll have to pull up the portfolio tomorrow, but here's how I set my portfolio up. 70% are in ETFs. I only have 30% that I'm playing around with, and that's it. And my ETF mixture is strong, right? It's the most diversified thing you can have. Like I own wheat, oil, U.S. large caps, U.S. small caps, Asian large cap, European large cap, etc. So that's how I do it.
Okay, I guess that's fair. Do you guys like the discussion we're having, or is it too boring, not crazy enough for you guys? If you like what we're talking about, press 1. If you don't, press 2. Okay. Now, Spencer, I don't know if you can I bring the guest on for a sec, guys?
Yeah, bring the guest on. Spencer doesn't even want to be here, or at least he didn't initially.
He went to mute. I can't even hear him. What happened to Spencer?
Yeah, I can't hear him either.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, what'd you do?
Go.
Okay, so you can hear me? Okay, I've been having mic issues all day, but you can hear me. Good. No, I just wanted to add one thing. I'm not as risk averse as you make it out to be, but I do have a longer time horizon. And then I'm also going to hop off and go back to my regular goings on. But here's what I was going to add. One thing. I mentioned having a shopping list earlier, and I use dips to sort of reassess that shopping list. My shopping list is actually very barren right now. I did a lot of buying earlier in the year. Any ideas for me? Drop them in the chat.
Yeah, there was a good one in the chat. Dividend stock. Sorry, I don't remember who dropped it in. Okay. Starwood Property Trust. That's Sandy Tango Whiskey Delta. 12% yield. This thing is at. So that's one to look at.
I'm gonna go back.
I like that. What's a symbol? Type it in the chat again. I'm gonna buy.
Yep. I'm gonna throw it in.
I'm buying that.
TWD.
I'm buying that right now.
I'm guessing that it's a REIT. They just had an X date on the 29th of September, so you're waiting until probably the end of December. Last year it was December 30th, 2019.
It's Barry Steinlecht, CEO, great CEO, great leader. I'm going to pick up some of that.
All right, I'm out, guys, but this is good. I'll have to join you guys again soon. This was good.
All right, peace out, Spencer.
You're the best.
And if you want to see more of Spencer, hit subscribe. He does a show every morning at 8 a.m. Eastern. But Jason, you've got some guests. You're dying to bring these guests on. They're market experts, so I'll stop blabbering and we can get their hot take.
Yeah. When you get market experts like these two individuals, we got to stop blabbering and let them take over. I'm gonna stop your share screen and go to a full screen on them. So wait, it's on you. Why is it on you? Do I need to change that? I need to put the full screen on us.
There's a half screen on you.
But I think we should do a full screen up. There we go. Luke, feel free to put mute if you need to. Hey guys, this is a new segment where we bring in the younger generation in to help us with some stock picks. It's this segment lasts for 3 minutes. If you're not interested, just mute for 3 minutes. If you're interested, listen up. Okay, this over here it's backwards. To my left is Sienna. This is to my right is Riley. Riley and Sienna, what we're looking for are investments that I could buy today and hold for the next 5 years. So to do that, what I want to ask you guys are, what do you guys spend your time on when you're not in school? Like devices, electronics, what tools you use or games you play? Because I look for these trends of the younger generation that I think are go ahead, speak to the camera, speak to your audience. Look up at the camera and talk. Come closer. Come up here closer, guys. The microphone's here. Here, come up. Sorry.
So we use Microsoft.
What do you mean Microsoft? What do you use from Microsoft?
Fortnite.
Yeah. But your Fortnite's not on Microsoft. How do you play Fortnite?
Xbox.
Oh, you use it on the Xbox?
Yeah.
Do you use the Xbox a lot? Yeah. So do you love that? So
yes, every day we play.
If we were to punish you with the thing like taking your Xbox away, would that be something you'd be mad about?
Maybe.
Like I know that if you don't care about the Xbox, if I give it away, would you be mad? I want to know how much
I would because me and Josh play together.
So you love Xbox. So that's Microsoft.
Yes.
Okay. All right. What else? What other stuff do you guys use?
TikTok.
So TikTok it's sort of not relevant for this conversation because it's not public right now. But how do you view TikTok? Is there a device you use or anything like that?
We use Apple.
You use
iPhones?
iPhones?
Phones.
So do you guys love Apple?
I love it. It's my favorite thing ever.
Okay, what about Disney? Are you guys a big Disney movies or no? Do you guys watch a lot of Disney movies?
Yeah, I did when I was I feel like I used to a lot, but now
talk a little louder, guys.
I used to a lot, but I feel like now it's not my favorite.
It's not your favorite?
Yeah, but I would still watch them. I just don't like princesses and stuff anymore. Like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are like the movies you like right now? Like I'm saying like
Big Daddy.
like no, but like Elsa. No, but like Elsa, is that like a thing? I'm trying to figure out
Frozen?
what's the next. Frozen's not a thing for you. What's like
No.
the like? We want to catch the next Harry Potter trend. Like, do you like Jibbits? Do you like Crocs?
Yes,
Like, I need
have
to.
them on right now.
Let me see. Okay, we got Crocs on. You guys know I own Crocs pretty big. I sold some Crocs yesterday, but I still own it pretty big. So you like Crocs?
Yes, they're very comfortable actually, and I use them every day.
Now, do you guys collect cards like Pokemon or anything?
No.
Because that's Collector's Universe. Okay, what other things? So Crocs you love. What about Lululemon? What is it? Is it Lululemon?
No, that's a Viva.
Is it Viva Lululemon?
Yes, and this is athletic.
So do you love? So do you guys love Lululemon stuff?
Yes, they're very comfortable. They're very comfortable and they're easy to like run in and stuff.
Okay, so you get excited if someone buys you Lululemon. All right.
Yes.
So that's the favorite clothes. Is that your favorite clothing?
Yeah,
You guys got. Sorry, boom mic. They can't hear you guys. You guys got to come closer. There. Sorry, guys. Did you hear anything they said? Hopefully you guys heard something because. So you guys do like.
Just butting in real quick. We could hear them just as an FYI.
Okay. All right. Now I know people say bloodbath on the way with the stock market. Again, you trim, and then you have opportunities to buy. Every dip has been a buying opportunity, but just be careful. If you have riskier stocks with high beta, not earnings, trim those more. I mean, it's just and if you're nervous, buy some protection. Buy a little bit of TWM. I mean, I bought some on the show. I'm down $60 already from when I bought it. Okay, what about Peloton? Do you have a Peloton? Does your family have a Peloton, Sienna?
I don't know.
You don't know. What about you, Riley? Talk louder.
No, but we don't. But I wish we had one.
So that's
really
that's brand aspirational. She wishes she had one. So here's the example I use. If Apple or Nike were to create a hotel, would you want to go check it out? The answer is yes. But if Hilton created a phone, would you want to go check out that? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. And Peloton is one of these aspirational brands that has a great bike and treadmill that Riley wants to try.
It has like a TV on it, so.
And I think Peloton's going to introduce a bunch of new devices that aren't out yet. That's why I own Peloton for my long-term portfolio. It's up 160 or 80% since we bought it, but I'm still holding Peloton, Riley. Okay. What about Duncan? I bought Duncan. Come closer. I bought Duncan originally because of you, because of the Charlie, the thing. And Duncan has been a huge win for us because it's likely going to get bought out. But do you like Duncan or do you like Starbucks more?
Well, Starbucks doesn't have donuts, but
wait, louder, guys. Come on.
Starbucks doesn't have donuts though, so I don't know.
So if your mom was to take you somewhere, would it be Duncan or Starbucks?
Well,
so,
Starbucks.
Starbucks.
Well, Mom I always ask if I can go to Starbucks, but she always says no sometimes. So Starbucks, I'll probably go to.
But you say why not Duncan if there's donuts?
I love Dunkin'. I don't know. It would be
I've only
well,
been to
Dunkin' I like have in the morning for breakfast. Like that would be like a breakfast thing.
Okay. And what about for fast food? What are the places you like for fast food?
Wendy's.
Oh, Wendy's.
Wendy's. Okay, we own Wendy's. We bought Wendy's in the Corona.
Has good ice
It's
cream.
4% of the portfolio. But why do you like Wendy's? What do you get with Wendy's?
Because it has good ice cream there.
And the Frosties.
Yes. And the French
And then
fries.
So guys, I
fries.
honestly I haven't heard kids say Wendy's in 3 years. So Wendy's may be trending and maybe one of these franchises that is coming back. And I know the stock has performed well, but I would take a look at Wendy's if I was you. Now I own Wendy's, so I don't want to be like trying to influence you, but that is another one. So too young for coffee. Okay, they have one more question.
I'm just gonna say too young for coffee was definitely my favorite comment.
Yeah.
Who was that? That was I think Pragmatical one.
Okay.
But all right, last question. Hit us.
I got one more. So the Sweetie B wanted to know music. Is there any music you guys like?
TikTok music.
Just songs from TikTok?
Yeah, that's the only music I listen to.
Songs on TikTok.
Yeah.
Sienna, you have to talk louder. Songs on TikTok? Okay.
Yes.
Nothing else?
No, nothing else.
Do you guys go to YouTube a lot?
Yeah.
I
do.
used to go on YouTube like every day, but now TikTok. I'm on
Yeah,
TikTok
I'm
every
on
day
TikTok,
instead of
like-
YouTube.
Yeah, but
Okay.
if a video.
You got to go on BZ Talk soon.
Huh?
Benzinga.
Benzinga.
We have a new TikTok. We're going to create our own TikTok.
Ooh, where?
Yeah, you'll just download it. It's called BZ Talk, and it's an app, and it's more for investors. But it's
Oh.
but for junior, like for you guys to learn. And they're learning the market. We just had a show. If you have any kids, we just did a show last week teaching kids the stock market. they didn't understand when they, could buy a share of Apple that they're an actual owner of Apple. And we did a show last week. Well, thank you for your recommendations. You guys said Lululemon.
Wait. Sorry, before you end it, there's another great question that came in. What cars do you guys think are cool?
I don't know anything about cars.
Riley, what cars do you think are cool?
Well, I like Tesla because they
That's
have
what I figured.
cars where they can open up.
Any other cars you think are cool, though? It's a good question. It's a great question.
It's a great question. That's coming from Daniel in the chat. So Daniel, appreciate that.
Lamborghini or like any of those kinds.
And the other thing I would say about these kids, they're obsessed with dogs. So anything in the dog food, chewy or dog space, that's another opportunity. They both have dogs and they're obsessed with dogs.
She has 2 cats.
She has 2 cats and a dog. All right. Well, thank you, Sienna and Riley, for coming on the show, and we'll hope to see you guys again soon. Thanks for coming in today. Okay. All right. Bye-bye. Okay, you guys get to leave the studio. All right,
cool.
Luke.
Real quick. Car news. This one's on my research list, not on my buy list yet, but it's on my research list. Aston Martin. It does not trade on a U.S. exchange. The stock is down 90% over the course of the past year. And Mercedes-Benz just bought 20% of it yesterday. So that one's on my look into list.
Okay. So Luke, we were talking some good stocks before.
Mm-hmm.
We were, today's a big down day. So it's time to look at opportunities in that down day. But also again, to trim some of your stuff. Don't just if you see some stuff, it's okay to trim or buy protection. So I told some people on Monday that I have Curaleaf, CURLF. Let's put it on the screen. Hot stocks, Luke. Shoot. Go to.
Oh, that's fine. I can act fast.
Go to quotes.benzinga.com for it.
All right.
CURLF. Go to quotes. It's easier to see. Nope. Yep. Okay. So just give me that CURLF poll.
Yep, you got it.
Will you zoom in one, please, on that?
I'll give you a couple zooms.
Okay. And will you give me a 5-day chart?
All right. Here's your 5-day.
All right. So, and then give me a 1 month or 3 months, whatever.
Then you got a 1 month. There's the 1 month, and here's the 3 month.
We had a large gain on it. It rose like a 12% when we bought it. And I told you guys I was buying it because of New Jersey making cannabis legal. If the vote comes in for that way, if it doesn't, the stock could take a turn down. Curaleaf's a great company. It is. But I trimmed some because 12% is super fast on a company that a lot of people are speculating on New Jersey. It's not just me speculating. So a lot of new money is coming into the stock. So when a lot of new money comes into the stock fast and I see a big gain, I tend to trim some. The reason I don't trim sometimes, like on Peloton, when I kept buying when it went down from 30 to 20, is because I was looking at that trend that people during Corona couldn't go to a gym. And so my catalyst didn't play out yet. So I look at the catalyst. The catalyst is very important to me. So the catalyst was, what is Peloton's earnings going to be? What were the sales results and what's their guidance going to be? And so I kept that Peloton when it went down, went 20, 30, then it went back up to 50, 60. I kept it because I needed that catalyst to play out. And then the catalyst played out and it went to 80. So then I sold half the position. Now I regret selling any of the position, but I sold half the position. Why do I treat Curaleaf different and sell some once the 12% went up so fast? Is because it's a different catalyst. People are buying Curaleaf, not only because it's a good company, but because of New Jersey. If New Jersey approves cannabis, then for recreational, the stock will rise, will be more.
And we're going to know that November 3rd. That's on the ballot for next Tuesday.
Yes. And if New York approves it, then if New York approves it, then we got, Pennsylvania, New Jersey. If New Jersey approves it, then New York, Pennsylvania will follow suit. But because a lot of people are talking about that, there's a lot of new money in the space. And so what happens is when the market starts to see a little bit of sell-off and they're selling it quickly. So what I did was on Monday, when I was on the show live, I sold shares. And eventually I'm going to show you how I'm trading. I'm going to show my account live, but there's some regulation stuff that we have to get over here to be able to do that. But I sold it. And so today, yes, I'm a little happy that I sold it, but I didn't sell all of it. But it's one of these things that there's a different thing. We have to be very careful when you're looking for catalysts and stocks because of news, how long to keep it for, or if the catalyst already played out. And then if it didn't, then use that opportunity to load up or increase your position. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm watching Curaleaf today, and I may buy towards the end of the day if it's like 820 or 780, but I haven't gone back in a bigger way yet. I'm again waiting for that opportunity where I think it's like going to be the right price. But I think there's a lot of scared money seeing the market falling that is selling it today and not understanding the catalyst. Because by the way, if New Jersey does approve it, eventually earnings and revenue are going to be substantial for Curaleaf. It's one of the best companies out there. And I interviewed the chairman of it 2 weeks ago, and I don't know. So it's one of those stocks. Okay. Truliev's a great company too. I've owned Trulieve for a long time. Kim Rivers is a great CEO. Big fan of her. bzcannabis.com. You can read about a lot of
Benzinga.com/cannabis.
Yep.
We have I think the best cannabis stock page around. So we have not only this news hub that has pretty much every news item on every cannabis stock, but check out this page as well that I'm about to pull up. We've got the price change on every single cannabis stock every single day. So if you want to see what are the biggest losers of the day or the biggest winners of the day in the cannabis space, we have it all right here. I'm going to drop this one in the chat. This is such an underutilized resource. We need to share this one way more.
I don't even know. That's great. That makes my life so much easier.
Look at this. Here's every single cannabis stock.
Wait, and by the way, guys, if you're listening to the show, if you can hit like and subscribe, like turn on your alerts so you get notified when we go live, because I know sometimes we're at the exact same time. So if you can hit like and subscribe, that'll help the YouTube algorithms find us, and you'll be alerted to us. So we really grateful if you can hit that, or the thumbs up. Really hit it. I mean, on Facebook we see Andy Cole, Oliver Katz, Jeremy Washington has hit the like button. We appreciate it. Matthew Riddle, thank you for the Facebook love. Really appreciate it. So yeah, that's the cannabis page. Hey, Luke, what is your outlook on oil, guys? Big discounts in the oil industry at the moment. And so a while ago, oil was trading super low, and I said I'm going to buy a big oil vat and put it in my pool, and that would have been a good time to trade it. I don't know what
when it was negative.
Yes, when it was negative. I was like, where can I buy oil? And then just that'll be the new business. So I don't know what oil is today. What are we at today? With
pulling
oil?
it. All right. Holy crap. Down 5% on USO. That's the oil ETF.
Yep, and that's an ETF. And what's the anyone in the room trading the oil today? AAL. Okay. Hey, PJ Williams, thank you, man. $5 super sticker. If you want a shirt or something, let us know. And guys, if you're listening, tell your brokerage you would like to see Benzinga news or Benzinga video on their platform. Send an email to your brokerage, and if you do, send an email to Jason@Benzinga with a screenshot, and we'll send you some swag. I just need your address and size. Let your brokerage know what we're doing here, and that you like to see some Benzinga stuff on their platform. So, are you trading the oil today, dude?
I'm not. I'm already long up the ass on USO a little bit. So I've been getting hammered on it. I'm in it because I think oil is incredibly cheap for the long term, but it's not a position I'm trading around. I'm hammered in it. The thesis is a long term one. So I'm holding it there.
Okay, so Luke, I want to do some quick stock stuff for the last 5 minutes. Will you pull up in Benzinga Pro the movers thing where it shows the biggest to lose it? So take off the 5-minute session. So you go to movers here in Benzinga Pro. It defaults to 5 minutes, which I don't know if that's good for you, but look at the top where Luke just hit period, and he moved it to the period of 1 day. Is that what you put it at, Luke?
Yep, I got it for the day. This is the regular session.
Can you move that filter thing, which I don't like how it shows?
You want it small?
Yes.
And do you want all market caps, or do you want to go take out the small stocks? Go 300 million plus?
Sure. Thank you.
All right, we're 300 million plus movers on the day.
I don't know if people would know. Okay, can you make it one size bigger for us?
I can do that. Let's even go 2.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. That's good. Oh, I like the little chat you got on the left side. All right. Someone's getting to Amazon calls in November. It's Benzinga Pro. So right now is that Tupperware is up 33% today? What happened? What's going on with Tupperware?
Earnings.
Wow.
Earnings. Really strong earnings out of Tupperware.
Why? Why
let's-
did we
let's-
not? Why did I miss that one? What is it? Go.
Let's pull it up.
What the heck?
All right, so look at this. EPS $1.20 versus 37-cent estimate.
Guys, why do we miss that, PJ? What was going on there? Come
revenue,
on.
Revenue 477 million versus 362. I mean, that is an effing blowout.
I talked about Tupperware like 4 weeks ago too, and I never bought it. I talked about it. Oh, darn it. Okay.
Did you catch a disaster of the day, Jason?
No, I didn't catch a disaster of the
All
day.
right, you ready for the contrasting stock? Similar space?
Yes. Wait, before you do it, hold on. I got hold on. Your disaster of the day coming on.
And I hated to do this one because I know so many of our listeners were in it. I mean, I saw this ticker like 800 times.
Yeah, yesterday people kept saying about Bed Bath & Beyond, and I didn't know why. And they told me to buy it yesterday. Remember they said go hard. Like the stock, they told me to go Bed Bath & Beyond, and someone said overstock. What do we got in overstock today? OSTK. Hold up, baby. Come on, let's go. Let's go fast. All right, overstock. I got down 3%. So it's 1 day away. I still have not picked it up. The question is,
you better go quick. You've basically got 3 hours. They're doing tomorrow before the open, so you got to buy it today.
All right, and then go on F. Go pull up a Ford thing. Yeah, I know. Daniel Yokov, I was talking Tupperware 3 weeks ago on the show when I said that was another Corona play, and I didn't buy it, and I was talking about it. So Ford, that's the Ford chart. I wanted to buy Ford. I owned it because of the Bronco, but the stock isn't moving the way I would like it, so I'm not in the Ford right now. Again, it's just not there now. When are earnings for Ford? They're not too soon, I guess. So
earnings for Ford. You know what? Let me.
Yeah, do a refresh. I love Pro. I can just see it right on the ticker page. Love Pro. Thank you. If I didn't have Pro, I would be broke as a joke.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I couldn't. Again, I've used it for so many years. I couldn't imagine not using it.
I know.
Every single day, I can see exactly why stocks are up and down so easily.
Yeah.
All right. So you know what? I'm not pulling earnings. I don't have the date on this one right now.
Okay. All right. So that's annoying because you're not seeing the past 2 days or something. The past dates.
Yeah. Let's see.
All right.
I probably have a date range wrong. All right. Well, let's look for it.
You got to get Bert on the thing or Tom Fishwick. Let's go, Tom. What is the issue, man? All right. So all right. So then I'm starting to do my own YouTube videos, Share Brothers. Okay, cool. Miami, let us know. We'll bring you on the show with us. Hey, yeah, if you want this guy wants a potential discount. Here, email Jonathan Mallard.
All right, we got Chris in the chat saying Ford's today. Let's see if we can find that real quick. With earnings. I'm looking for their press release where they would announce the date. All right, here it is. Yep, Ford's today after the close.
Ford's today. Okay, so now we got to hit our news desk to see why it's not in Pro here.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I'm doing that now. Okay. So the movers, we go back to that movers page real quick and let's look at the big gainers and losers there.
Yep. And we got to get running in a couple of minutes here, Jason.
2 minutes. We got 2 minutes left. Okay. So, 1 second.
All right. What about Callaway Golf? That's the name you talked about in the past.
You know what they bought the rest of Topgolf.
Yep. $2 billion. Stock being down makes sense. It's an all stock deal, which means that they had to issue $2 billion worth of Callaway stock to do the deal. So everybody's getting diluted. But they're only doing it if they think that it's going to help in the long run. So if you trust the company, buy the stock on weakness. If you're uncertain about it, then maybe stay on the sidelines.
So I think Callaway Golf is a buy. You guys know
I do too. I like this one too.
I bought Callaway Golf big during Corona and it worked. It was a 15% gainer. I wanted it to be a 50% gainer, but I got out completely. But I'm now putting Callaway Golf on my watch list to buy because I like the Topgolf acquisition. It's an activity. People love it. And there's not that many great activities that people can go to and do. And I know it's been crowded and I know a lot of people are doing it and it's trending and they have so many more places to open up. I think this is an opportunity that in 3 years, people are going to be like, oh, why didn't I buy Callaway Golf? It reminds me of a Starbucks opportunity way back when you could have got in. I know we have day traders in here, but if you're investors, look at Callaway Golf. Owning Top Golf is a great experience, and there's barriers to entry. It's not that easy to set up a Top Golf. You need a lot of space. You need to do it right, and there's a lot of money to be made once you do it right, and it's a systematic business. We love at Benzinga, we love systematic businesses that work, and this is one of them. So I like Callaway Golf buying the rest of Top Golf.
And I'll bet you, I haven't read the press release, but I'll bet they got a really good deal on that too. Because there are still a lot of Top Golf locations that are probably closed, or at least they were closed for a while, and so the company's financials didn't look as good as they would have ex-COVID. So I bet they got a great deal on this one too. I like this one as well. There's no way that the board of directors, who own more stock than anybody else, are doing this deal if they don't think that it's going to boost the stock price. So I like this one on weakness all day.
Yep. FVRR, is that Fiverr up 6.5%? Yeah, I'm an owner of Fiverr and Upwork. Upwork is down today. Fiverr International are trading higher after the company reported better than expected and sales results. I mean, this was no brainer, guys. I mean, I've owned call options in Fiverr for a long time. It's a huge gainer for me. This is the comp to Fiverr is Upwork, UPWK, but it's down today, which is surprising on the yep, it's down. It's surprising.
Okay, well, no, but this is a trade, right? So you got Fiverr, great earnings numbers. You've got their direct competitor Upwork. They're reporting a week from now. If Fiverr beats, the stock is up. Upwork should do the same.
Exactly. And I own I own Upwork. I own call.
Oh yeah,
options.
I know you own it.
I own a bunch of call options. Again, I'd like to show us our account, but because of some stuff, we're not able to, I guess, at this point. But maybe eventually we will. But I own Upwork, and it's shocking that it's not up today with the Fiverr news. I also own Fiverr, but I do have calls that I wish I had longer dated on. I love buying long dated calls. If you really believe in the catalyst and you believe in the trend and you follow the industry, long dated calls, long term calls are a huge opportunity to leverage up and make some money. So keep that in mind. Now we gotta run. We hope you hit the like button, and if you have any feedback for us, I wish we had a joint email address. We don't. I don't know where they would send an email.
Yeah, we'll make one.
Yeah, let's make one. But for now, send an email to jason@benzinga.com. And by the way, I know we're not going to appeal to everyone. We like to talk trades. We not just trading, but also investing. And you guys heard, Luke gave me a pick. I think it was TWM that I bought during the show. And I'll update you guys on it tomorrow. It's not just about your gainers and winners. Everyone's going to lose money and make money. I hate people that just say, I made money. But I look at catalysts that everyone else isn't looking at, and I try to be ahead of the game on it. And that's where I was with Upwork, Fiverr, and those ones, and Duncan, et cetera, et cetera. So be careful, guys. Don't go too much leverage. Let's be cautious, but look for those opportunities. And when you find the opportunities, the high conviction trades, go hardcore. And I look by probabilities. My probabilities are the likelihood of this to happen. The more conviction I have, the harder I go in. That's how I pick my sizes. And there's some anomalies that can always happen, but over time, you should be hopefully right more than you're wrong. But thank you for the show. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button, press 1 if you want us to keep doing the show. If you have any recommendations how we can change it, or update it, please send an email to me, jason@benzinga.com, with some bullet points on some updates. And then please check out pro.benzinga.com or go to benzinga.com and look at the cannabis section. We have a good stock ticker page. We're here for you.
Yep.
Please,
and every day, our chat challenge, we're doing 1 week stock pick. Every day we're checking them out.
Yes, that's right. So
we got 30 ideas here. Every day we're checking in on them. These are stocks to hold over the next week. So tomorrow we'll be doing our first update.
Yeah, and then what I'd like to do, Luke, like the winners or the top 3 places, put them in a separate bracket, and then keep doing this, and then in 3 months, give out, or 2 months, give out $1,000 to the top 50 that get it and just split it up or something.
And the winners too are coming on the stream for sure.
Yeah, the winners are coming on the stream, and maybe we'll send, once you can fly again, maybe we'll send on some trip. But again, like and subscribe. Let your brokers know that you want more Benzinga. We appreciate you. And please tell your friends about us. The only way we're here is if you let people know. So thanks again. Thanks, Hot Stocks Luke. Thanks, Spencer Israel. Thank you for Riley and Sienna for coming on. Luke, were there any other guests that weren't on before that I was?
Nope, you got them all.
All right. And David,
The
Abraham.
only other guests are everybody in the chat. We love how active you guys are. The whole idea is share ideas. It's not just us. So let's keep it going. Let's build this thing up.
And you can follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/Benzinga. If you're a designer, developer, and you're looking for an opportunity or a product manager, reach out. If you think you can do something better here that we're not doing, let us know. And, we're hiring for the right people. So thank you.
All right. Take care, guys. Happy trading.